Oh yeah, man. I mean, I have a long sort of history behind a camera, so while this is my first film, I did music videos. I've come from music video world, directing almost a decade, and then worked in television and still work in television. Love all of the filmic mediums. But I think before I approached this film, I just really wanted to make sure that I told a story that resonated with me instead of just jumping at it at any time, trying to do a film. So I took my time with this one. I was reading a lot of scripts or getting a lot of scripts that I thought were really stereotypical or I didn't really like. And so I took my time to develop this and write this with my co-writer, Glenn Taylor. Almost 6 years of writing on this. But yeah, I brought all that stuff. You can feel like the music video, some of the music aspects into it, all those kinds of things. My love for cinematography, all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Cool. Leenah, congratulations on your role. Tell us a little about your character and what is her biggest contradiction, if you want, or
Like my her biggest contradiction with myself, or
with
just
the
like,
character. Yeah, like what? Yeah, what's the most difficult aspects of her, or is she dealing with that is?
gotcha. Rain is very stubborn, like her dad. She is very resilient and very cheeky, but she's also very kind and loves her family so much. Um, and she loves guns. And I think she takes great pride in knowing that she's able to protect her family and like in any given chance, and she's willing to like put herself on the line for her siblings and her parents. I think one of the big things that did scare me was the whole gun things because I wasn't really familiar with them, but once I learned more about them, they became less scary to me. Like I think the more I understood them and the more I understood the safety of them, it became a lot easier and cool to, you know, play with guns. I don't want to say that.
So, Michael, here you are in September 2023, I think, in the province of Ontario, pretending to be in near an apocalyptic area in the future. How did you believe in your character and in the situation that this family is going through?
Yes, we filmed in Northern Ontario and it was absolutely stunning. At that time, October, late October, you could have snow. It's not unheard of, and we were blessed. We were blessed to have this like incredible fall background. So against all this beauty, here we are dealing with this intense storyline of violence and terror. So for me, I've been very fortunate. I've played a number of soldiers in my career. So I'm drawing on some previous experience. And the family is structured around, kind of a military life. And so in many ways, it was familiar to me. I was dealing, with ground I'd been over before. But what was unusual in this film was the nuance and the emotional intelligence behind all the relationships. Okay, so yes, we're in this perilous moment. Things attacking us, people attacking us, but we're a family with all the sort of nuances and vulnerabilities of a family. Like sibling rivalry. How to deal with mom. All these things. So for me, the experience was really entirely new, but I was able to rely on my experience, in military sort of situations to help me through.
Cool. RT, I wanted to ask you, well, the title, I love the title of the film, 40 Acres.
Yes.
And well, 40 Acres, why did this is the title that you choose in
Yeah, yeah, I mean, the title refers to the historical, broken promise that the U.S. government made to you know, enslaved peoples, you know, when slavery ended, this idea that they would be granted 40 acres and a mule with which to then build, you know, wealth and family sustenance. And of course, that was broken, and enslaved people did not get that. And so the idea, it pays tribute to, you know, the, you know, American people that went in the Underground Railroad and traveled up to Canada, where they could claim their own 40 acres if they were able to procure it. And that's the story that is told by Hailey to Manny in the film. She kind of explains the history of the farm and how the family got it. And it's a further sort of echo to the idea of, you know, that 40 acres is an unbroken promise, and everybody has to kind of claim, you have to claim what you want in this world. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what Hailey is doing. That's what she's done with her family in this future scape now. They've made their own place to live. So it's really that it pays tribute to that journey that was made by the Black community that had to come up through the Underground Railroad.